When the transporter bridge was built across the River Tees in the northeast of England in 1911, Middlesbrough was a thriving port, a centre for coal exports, iron and steel production, and chemicals. Today, the coal mines are closed and steel production has been reduced. But in the shadow of the bridge, a new industry is springing up, one that promises to return Teesside to the world stage as a centre for the production of biofuels.
In the year 1900, Otto Diesel, the man that invented the diesel engine, actually showed this at the Paris exhibition. He had a diesel engine, his engine, and he put a fuel in it and he made it rotate. The fuel he used was actually vegetable oil, neat vegetable oil. It actually was squeezed out of a peanut. That's when it was invented. Now, since then, we've taken it a lot further to make the process such that we can turn thousands of tons of vegetable oil into road-going fuel, which is diesel fuel for trucks and cars.
The world's demand for biofuel is rapidly rising in response to concerns about oil shortages and climate change. All the major oil companies are competing for a share of the market, but D1 thinks it will succeed in challenging the big players because it offers a complete production package aimed at developing countries, designed to meet environmental targets while producing new wealth in some of the most deprived rural communities.
We like to say we operate from earth to engine. What that means to us is that we are in the business of securing the feedstocks, the lower cost feedstocks, through farming and through the support of farming communities in developing countries, principally, in order to work with them to secure the lower cost feedstocks that will drive the biodiesel industry in the future. So in our view, other companies who are building biodiesel refineries and buying food-grade oils in the spot market will be at some severe risk.
After a global search, D1's scientific team discovered Jatropha, a non-edible plant that thrives in the tropics on marginal or degraded land, making it an ideal crop for cultivation by some of the planet's poorest farmers. Back in the lab, tests showed that Jatropha seeds can yield up to 40% of their weight in oil.
Jatropha came up as almost the obvious candidate because of the fact that it grows, it reaches some form of maturity within 2 to 3 years. It's a tree that basically gives you an annuity once planted of a crop every season. The characteristics of Jatropha oil are very similar to rapeseed oil. And the most important characteristics, perhaps for a temperate climate, is that an oil seed grown in a tropical climate can be used in cold temperatures that you get in Northern Europe. One of the big limitations of many oils is the cold pour point. And Jatropha has a quality which is, in terms of cold pour point, i.e. it doesn't freeze when you drive your truck over the Pennines. It has a characteristic which is very, very similar to rapeseed.
Jatropha planted in India for D1 oils 2 years ago are now maturing. For the farmers, it's not just a new cash crop. Refined on site, it can provide eco-friendly biodiesel for their own use as well as for export. D1 Oils has already planted 10,000 hectares in the south of India and is running a TV recruiting campaign complete with its own pop song to persuade more farmers to join.